everything feels temporary, staying has started to feel like the hardest thing of all. Are you feeling what I'm feeling? Remember I said at the beginning that there are some things, once you see it, you can't unsee. Once you read it, you can't unread. Once you hear it, you can't unhear. Ha! What is going on? Because now staying has started to feel like the hardest thing of all. The flimsiest, the easiest things you just hear, that's it. That's it. That's on a period. But first, already, you know what's coming. I already played you my song, Tatanama Noise, so just enjoy it. If you missed it, go listen to it yourself, okay? Because my time is fast spent with this network. But let's quickly take my quotes. My first quote is from Harriet Stowe. Permanence, perseverance, and persistence, in spite of all obstacles, discouragements, and impossibilities, it is this that in all things distinguishes the strong soul from the weak. Now, this is not to say that living is bad. Like I said, sometimes the strongest and the bravest and the wisest thing you can do is for you to live. But a lot of us are beginning to mix it up. And we need to talk about this. We are no longer talking about persistence. We're no longer talking about perseverance. We're no longer talking about permanence. Everything is just moving so fast. Everything is just moving so fast. And so it says that, you know, this is what distinguishes the strong soul from the weak one. Another one is from Margaret Thatcher. You may have to fight a battle more than once to win it. Why is it that we are not even willing to fight battles anymore? If it's not coming easy, we've moved. If it's not easy peasy, that's it. Why is it that we are not able to even fight for the things that we used to love, for the things that we used to honor, for the things that we used to respect? We don't fight for them anymore. Once there's a little glitch, we're like, that's it, I'm done. And it's not just about relationship right now. So many things. So many things. Businesses. A lot of our mothers, our grandfathers, our great-great-great-grandfather, they used to fight for the businesses that they love. It's not working. What else can we do? How else can we do it? How else can we push it? But now, you jump into one month, you didn't make that money to buy that car. You will just do what? You move. It is air that is selling now. You move to that air. You don't even push the air and push it and do your very best. Next thing, on to the next. We're not fighting for the things we love. We're not fighting for the things we want. We're not fighting for the things that matter anymore. So let me paint a picture for you. And I want you to tell me honestly, just to yourself, how familiar this feels. Someone starts a new job, right? First few weeks, they're energized. Oh, I'm excited. My new job, my new this. They put it on social media. They buy new clothes. They do this. I'm starting my dream job. They show up early because why not? I mean, this is my dream job. They go to the extra mile. They are all in. All in. Like, even you that you employ, are like, oh, more, I get it right. And then a few months pass. Some of them, if they even manage a few months, few weeks, few days, things get harder. The honeymoon phase is what? Honeymoon phase is over. The work is real now. The people are complicated now. There's always something. There's always something. And slowly, quietly, they start to disengage, right? They start to scroll for other opportunities. I see some people and they say, oh, I've worked in a company for 5 years. I'm like, now the CVs I'm seeing, 3 months. The CVs I'm seeing, 3 months, 1 month. I'm like, you expect me to employ you seeing this on your CV, 3 months, 1 month. It means you come here, you come and do 1 month as well. The tolerance level is just so different. So they start scrolling for new opportunities. They start telling themselves the job was never right for them anyways. The money was never right. The job was never right. The boss was mean. Oh, the colleagues are not nice. Someone starts a new friendship. Let's even go into friendship, right? We've talked about business. Someone starts a new friendship. It is easy at first. It is fun. It is light. But then life gets busy, as it should. And the friendship needs a little more effort to maintain. Because let me tell you the honest truth. If you are my friend, it takes intentionality. You must really love. Because, gosh, let me just use this to do a big shout out to the BFFs of my life that are staying true, are holding me, and they are tolerating me, and they are loving me, and they are not even making me feel bad. I just want to say thank you to Tayo, thank you to Nike, because OMG, the level of relationships out there now is like the way relationship break. That's the way friendships are right now. So when you see relationships that can survive test of time, honestly, just say thank you. So, like I said, someone starts new friendship and it's easy as first. Everybody is busy. Let's not even deceive ourselves. Let's not even deceive ourselves. So if I don't hear from my friend now, there's no matter of, oh, I thought you had to. No, I will check. If I'm not able to check, he will check or she will check. We are not doing that. You didn't check on me because of that. I'm not going to check on you kind of thing. I nobody has time for that. We're all so busy. So the moment you remember, in fact, at 1:58 a.m. last night, I called a friend of mine. I'm like, I knew that the time zone was going to work. I woke up, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't call. If I don't call, by the time the morning breaks and life keeps happening, I'm going to forget. And guess what? I called. And she was like, oh my God, is everything okay? Why are you calling at this time? I'm like, no, I'm just checking in. If I don't check in now, I'm not going to be able to check in. Relationship, friendships, business, anything needs effort. It needs commitment. Okay? So when you need a little more effort to maintain, instead of putting in that effort, we let it drift off. Not because anything went wrong, just because easy stuff. And a lot of us, we're so comfortable with things that are easy. Easy job, easy business, easy friendship, easy relationship, easy study, easy, I don't know all the easies. I don't know all the easies, but you get what I mean, right? So someone sets a goal and starts when you set a goal for yourself, you start very strong. Then you hit a wall. And it's okay to hit a wall, which every single goal eventually does. If your goal does not hit a wall, it's probably not big enough. You have no idea the walls that I've had to face in this life. The walls I've had to face, even in this new business. The walls that I've had to face in my 11 years of being in the fashion industry. The walls I've had to face in marriage. The walls I've had to face in raising children. Because I'm doing this for the very first time. No one has done it before. So let's not even deceive ourselves that because you're learning, oh, your mother did it, you're going to teach you how to do it. The generation of your mother and how they raised you. If you try to raise these children like that, you're your own. The kids will be like, Mom, this is not working. Oh, God, I beg you. So everything needs commitment. Do you know how intentional I am with sitting my daughter down and saying, Kiki, let's have a conversation. A conversation they don't bomb me to have with my mother. I'll be like, Kiki, let's have that conversation. And she'll be like, Mommy, I feel like if before you say that, Mommy, I feel like to my mom, in those days, the stainless steel cup will hit you the right place. But everything is different. And commitment is key in this dispensation. Commitment is key. And a lot of us are falling behind in the commitment level. We get tired so easily. We give up on things so easily. We let relationship, friendships, we let it drift apart so easily. You set a goal, you start strong, you hit a wall, and bam, that goal is off. Up onto the next goal again. Instead of pushing through, you pivot, you reframe, you restart again. And then that thing hits a wall and it becomes a cycle. It becomes a circle. So think about a mother pregnant with a baby. I like to use this story a lot. And when it is time for you to hit that wall, because when you have to push that baby, I've never seen a deeper wall, a harder wall, a more difficult wall. But guess what? Mothers don't say, nya, 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 I cannot push the baby out. They find a way. They find a way. They scream, they push, they have a tear. The baby must come out one way or the other, cut open, bring the baby. That baby got to come out. So why is it that when you have a baby inside of you, your goals, they are your babies, your businesses, they are your babies, your dreams, they are your babies. Why is it that when you hit a wall, you give up? Why is it that you cannot just push? Because guess what? There's a miracle at the end of that push. There's a blessing at the end of that push. There's something waiting, something you would rejoice over at the end of that push. Imagine you have a dream to do something and eventually you do that thing. The fulfillment that gives you when you see that child that you have brought forth, when you see that idea become a reality, and then you're like, yeah, I did that. I did that. Imagine the satisfaction. So what is going on with our commitment level? Because I'm seeing a circle, I'm seeing a pattern where people start and don't finish. And then they jump onto the next one and then they don't finish. And then they jump into the next and don't finish. And before you know it, you're 60 years old. And time wasted can never be regained. It wasn't because you didn't have fantastic ideas. It wasn't because you didn't even have the energy to start. But the question is, do you persevere to see it through to the end? And we have to start having these conversations with our children. My son and I were still having big fights because this game that he started, he must finish building that game. He must finish building that game. Mommy, yeah, but I have another idea. No, you must finish this one. That other idea, write it down. But this one, you must see it through. You've hit a wall, and because of that, you're going to run to another game. You will build that game. I will be mother of gamer. You are the one that said you want to game. I didn't force you. You made me go buy all the things that you need. You must finish. And you know, it's those little things, those little detail that truly matters. The commitment level, the perseverance, the pushing through, even through the hard wall. Very, very important. Okay? So, like I said, there are some times that, yes, living is the right thing to do. But we need to know when. We need to be sure that we're making the right decisions. So like I said, none of these things are automatically wrong. And of course, like I always say, context matters. But I think there's something worth sitting with here. We are living in a time of extraordinary options. And options are wonderful. I believe that this new, the all new AI, the all new social media, the all new inventions and innovations, they are awesome. They're incredibly amazing, depending on how you get to use them. So the options are now available. Options are available. They are awesome. Depends on how you leverage on them. So it's an extraordinary time. extraordinary options, but too many options without a strong enough sense of what we are actually committed to can quietly become a way of never doing anything deep. So there's always this option, there's always this option, there's always this option. And before you know it, you start this one, you don't see it through, you jump to the next option. You start this one, you don't see it through, you jump to the next option. And at the end of it, you are asking yourself, what else have I been able to do then? What have I been able to achieve? What have I been able to achieve? Even my Instagram is quiet today because these people that I'm on, I know. I'm saying small, small love emoji. I know. This conversation, the question is, are we ready for it? Or you could know me, I will come and talk about it. Because we need to talk about it. Otherwise, in another 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years, the level of things that we will see we will be alarmed. Our commitment level must stay strong. We have to learn to see things through. We have to learn to see things through. So, should we open the phone lines? Should we open the phone lines? All right, let's open the phone lines. If you're joining us on social media, please, let's have a conversation about commitment, about this new pattern of people starting something and not even pushing. There are some things that, yes, you give it your 100% best, and you know that stepping out of it is the best, and it's the bravest, it's the most courageous thing to do. But can we just talk about the fact that there's a pandemic waiting to happen? The commitment level, the perseverance level of people is totally, totally low. And we have to do something about it. We have to do something about it. So the phone lines are open. I want to hear from you. Has staying committed to something ever been the best decision you made? Like I said, there are some things that staying true to might not be the best. Like if you're in a toxic relationship and they are abusing you, are beating you and everything, those are not the kind of relationship or the kind of commitment level we are talking about that you should wait there before they finish you blue black. No, that's not the kind of commitment level we're talking about. We're talking about like not anything that would endanger your life. Right? I'm seeing all the love emojis. That's what we're talking about. Thank you. Thank you for not being stingy with your love emojis. Yes, but I do want you to phone in. Like, have you stayed committed to anything? How did that go? Did it work out well? Did you like it? Were you excited to see the results at the end of the tunnel? Right? I'd really, really want to know. Okay, have you ever left something too soon and looked back wishing you had stayed a little longer? Because I've met with some people that have regrets from, oh, I wish that I really stayed through, to push a bit more, to give it a bit more of my energy, a bit more of my time. Maybe the results could have been better, right? And have you ever left something, looking back, you're so grateful that you left that thing? See, there's no way you don't have something to call and talk about, because I just gave 3 options. Which one is that category you want to talk about? Which one is it? I want you to phone in. The number to call is 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917. We also have a toll-free line for my beautiful ladies. 0800 1235 917. You can also send us a text or WhatsApp message, but let's be honest, I like you to call. But yes, we do have a WhatsApp message, 070 317 6537. I want you to be a part of the conversation. Phone in. Let's talk about this commitment. Let's talk about this new reality that is happening. How can we help the new generation? How can we help ourselves become a better version of ourselves to make sure that we're consistently committed and we're pushing things through? When we hit a wall, we don't just because of that move to another thing. We need to learn. This love emoji, I'm blushing right here because, oh my God, the love emoji is a lot. But please, call me. Let's have this conversation, okay? The number to call is 07000 917 We also have a toll-free line, meaning that you would not be charged. I mean, if they're not going to charge you, tell me, why are you not calling? Why are you not calling to share your quota with the world? Let the world hear your voice. And when you phone in, tell us your name, what you do. Use that opportunity to quickly market your business. You get what I mean, right? So the toll-free line is 0800 1235 917. 0800 1235 917. Remember, you can also listen to us via the website www.wfm917.com or download the mobile app WFM 917. All right, so I was going to play you a song, but should we play a song, or should we eat into it? Because this commitment thing, there's a lot to talk about. Don't worry, I'm going to give you the song at the end of the show, because this 1 hour is never enough for me to have conversations with you. And I'm sure by the time I'm done, you're like, oh, Kiki, are you leaving already? Time moves very fast. I mean, tell me why we're already almost at the end of May. Because time is moving very, 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 very fast. Now, before I go on, my daughter is going to be having a conference for parents and children coming Saturday, somewhere around the Ikeja GRA. If you are a parent and you know you want to attend with your children, it's for the kids between the age of 8 and 13. You see this commitment we're talking about, the conversations we're talking about, these are part of things we're going to be dissecting. Our parents, the conversations, the misunderstandings, where we're silencing our children, we're shutting our children up, we're not letting them communicate, we're not learning from them, we're not letting them learn, we're not letting them speak, we're shutting them up. A lot of us till now cannot say some things to our parents. Why? Because they've shut us up a lot. I know that there are some things that I would have loved to share with my mom. But growing up, the fear of stainless cup is the beginning of wisdom. And a lot of us are having to pass this on to our children. I know sometimes, my kids are trying to say something and I'm just like, no, Kiki, I'm not having it. Oh, Kanye, I'm not going to do it. And then I call myself back quickly. I'm like, We say we don't want to be some things, but we end up being that thing. And I call them and I'm like, I'm really sorry. Let's have that conversation. Trust me, that takes commitment. I can't even lie to you. That takes intentionality. So if you're listening to me and you would like to attend this conference, it's free. Yes, it is totally free of charge. If you would like to attend, yes, and that's true. I need to put this on the One Tribe. I need to put this on the One Tribe community for my tribers as well. If you know that on Saturday you're available, it's going to start by 12. By 3, we'll be done. Let's come as parents, as children. Let's come and bridge that gap. It's going to be somewhere where we're going to be judgment-free. We're going to be speaking freely. We have speakers. We're going to be having meditation. It's going to be a beautiful time. If you've been wanting an experience with your children, because a lot of you say you don't know where to take your children to, you don't know where to do this, please reach out on our page in our DM, Smart Mind with Kiki, SMART, Smart Mind, MIND with Kiki, WITHKIKI. That's my daughter's page. Smart Mind with Kiki. Send a DM and let me know. I'm managing the page. Let me know I'd like to attend the event. I would please be sure that you are available to attend, because it's strictly by invitation. I don't want to secure a seat for you. You don't show up, please. This is strictly by invitation. So if you know that you are going to be available, you want to come with your child, you want to learn communication better in your relationship with your children and even yourself. Maybe there are some things that we've been carrying, some baggages we've been carrying. We want to drop those baggages so we can be better parents, because we need to start helping our children. Outside is so cold though. You see this outside is so cold. I've been talking about it a lot lately, because I say if we train our own children, and the people your children will go and associate with are not properly trained, guess what? Outside is cold. They would do what? they will be in the midst of people that are not trained. So I don't just only want to train my children. I don't just want you to train your children alone. Let us collectively train our children and other people's children. Let's guide, let's support. Because growing up, my husband and I were just having this conversation. Growing up, it wasn't just your parents that was training you. By the time you go the next street, you know that your neighbor, if they see you do anyhow, next thing they've told your parents. If they are looking for you, somebody next 4 doors, 4 buildings away can say, I just saw she just passed here now. Everybody is training children together. So please, let's do better. I just thought to put that out there. Okay? Yes, my daughter is having our first conference. My shoulder is high right now. I'm excited. Yes, and I'm so proud. So please, if you are going to be available, you want to attend with your child, age 8 to 13, please do let us know. We're trying to shape the future of our children. Thank you very much. All right, so welcome back. That was my TED Talk. Welcome back. It's still Real Women Real Talk with me, your host, Kiki Okewale. Yes, my daughter is also Kiki, in case you're wondering. I'm Kiki Okwefolua. All right, we have a call. Hello. Hello. Oh, I cannot hear. Hello, the call is gone. Please do try to call us again. Remember, we're talking about commitment, and I did ask 3 questions. You can pick either one to talk about it. I said, I want to hear from you. Have you ever walked away from something, you thanked your staff, and walking away was the best thing? Have you ever walked away? That's one. Have you ever walked away from something and you thought to yourself, if only I'd stayed, if only I'd persevered, if only I'd pushed better, maybe, just maybe, the results would have been better? Or is that something you've been committed to for a very, very long time, and you are glad that you're committed because you're seeing the results? I mean, there will definitely be something you should be able to talk about here. I've told you, even though I'm radio, they say radio is asoromagbesi, meaning you talk, you don't get feedback. But I want to get feedback. We have another call. Hello? And the call is gone again. What is going on? Network, not today. Not today. I need to talk to my people. All right, so please do try to call us again, all right? So I want to hear from you. If you're just joining us, thank you so much for joining. I am Kiki Okewale on Real Women Real Talk, Women Radio 91.7. And today we're talking about commitment, what it really means in a world where everything feels temporary. So let's get into it. Number 1, depth only happens on the other side of discomfort. I've realized that a lot of us don't like discomfort, right? This is something I feel very strongly about, and I want to say it as plainly as I can. You see, I'm trying to be calm. If you are my students, you know sometimes I'm not this calm, right? I want to say it as calm as I can. Almost everything worth having in life, whether it's a relationship, whether it's friendship, whether it's a thriving business, whether it's a skill you are proud of, whether it's genuine intimacy, almost all of it lives on the other side of a season that was not easy. Did you hear me? Yes. Please, let's clock that. I know, let's clock that. You cannot always want the easy way out. A season where you wanted to quit, where you stopped. The excitement is gone, and you're like, you know what? That's it. And you're stopping. No. You have to make sure that you see things through, because there's something at the end of that. There's something waiting to happen at the end of that. And yes, you might have to go through some uncomfortable situations, some uncomfortable conversations. But when you wait, when you push, when you persevere, there's a miracle at the end of it. I like that. There's a miracle at the end of it. You want a miracle, right? We all love miracles. We all love blessings. Are we willing to do the work to get the blessing? Are we willing to do the work to see the benefits? Let's just take Jesus, for example. Did you think He wanted them to nail him to that cross. Did he not even ask that if this can pass over me? Eh? We have not even carried burden that Jesus is carrying. We cannot even see it through. He was afraid. But guess what? He did it afraid anyways. And we are not all enjoying the benefit today. Jesus died for me. Jesus died for you. What can you do for your business? What can you do for that marriage? What can you do for that relationship? What can you do for that dream? What can you do for that purpose? What can you do for that goal that God has put inside of you? Are you pushing through? Are you persevering? Or you are afraid, and because of that, because yes, I understand. Trust me, I know. Sometimes, it's very scary. But you think that people who have done it, they were not afraid? People who have created something amazing, do you think they were not afraid? They did it afraid anyways. And your story is waiting to be told as well. Someone is waiting to use you as a storyline, as a guy that, did you not see? Did you not see Sweet Blink's Glam, what she did? Did you not see Tumi D's, what she did? Did you not see XYZ? People are waiting to tell your story. And I know the people that are listening to me right now, they are not people that give up easily. They are not people that don't stay committed. I don't have those people in my circle, right? Right? Now that's the time to drop those love emojis. Let me be sure. Let me be sure that I don't have those people, Abby. So that's number one, depth. The fact that when you push through, there's something at the end that will make you and give you that excitement. Very, very important. Because depth, and I'm talking about real depth, does not come quickly. It comes from staying. It comes from going through something together, from choosing consistency, even when inconsistency would be so much easier. And I know, yes, I was reading something, was it today? That they said doing a 9 to 5 is hard. Having your business is hard. Looking for a job is difficult. Doing the job is difficult. You just have to, and there was a whole list that I was reading, and I was just like, I was nodding. I'm like, yeah, that's right. You just have to pick your own. Nothing is easy. You have to pick your own, right? So that is very, very important. So number two, we have quietly started to confuse rest with running. We have quietly started to confuse rest with running. And I want to say this with a lot of gentleness, because rest is not the enemy. Hello, Adebi Tolilokwe, thank you so much. Welcome. Rest is not, so I was saying we have quietly started to confuse rest with running. Rest is not the enemy. Rest is amazing. Rest is necessary. Rest is wise. Knowing when to pause, when to protect your energy, when to say this is too much. This is not weakness. This is self-awareness. Okay? But there's a difference. There's a difference between resting and running. Between setting a healthy boundary and avoiding something uncomfortable. But some of us will say, oh, I'm just taking a break. But are you really just taking a break? Are you really just taking a break? Or are you running? Between taking care of yourself and slowly, quietly opting out of the things that require something of you. And I think sometimes, not always, but sometimes what feels like protecting our peace is actually protecting us from growth. Are you catching the rema? Are you catching the rema? Something that feels like, oh, you are protecting your peace. Sometimes it is not. It is you opting out and just, you just don't want to be uncomfortable. What's going on? I know sometimes life will stretch you, life will push you, life will be uncomfortable, life will be unfair. Nothing is going your way. But when we stay long enough, something real will happen. When we stay long enough, something new will happen. Something amazing will come out of that. So the question is not, is this hard? Everything we're doing is hard at some point. Everything we're doing is hard at some point. The question is this hard because it is wrong for me? Or is it hard because I am growing? Those two things feel very similar in the moment, but they lead to very different places. They land you in a different location. I'll take that question again. Is this hard because it is wrong for me? Or is it hard because I'm growing? Ask yourself, be honest with yourself. Because at the long run, you're building a life for yourself, not for anyone else. You know the truth. If you know that this is because you're running away from something, you better get back to it. Number 3, commitment is not the same as suffering. I don't come this life to suffer. Commitment is not the same thing as suffering. I want to be clear about this, because I think sometimes when we talk about staying, when we talk about enduring, when we talk about pushing, when we talk about seeing something through, it can start to sound like we're asking people to tolerate things they should not tolerate. No, that is not what we're saying at all. There are things you should leave. And trust me, there are some things I live in a heartbeat. There are some situations that genuinely are harmful. There are some relationships that are not safe. There are some friendships that are toxic and you have no business staying with. There are some environments that are slowly erasing who you are. Leaving those things is not a failure of commitment. It is an act of wisdom. So don't get it twisted and don't go say, Kiki said we should stay. Please, there's a boundary. But commitment, real commitment, is something different. It is the decision to invest deeply in something that matters to you. To show up for it, not just when it is easy, but when it requires something of you. To trust the process, even when the process is slow. And the beautiful thing about that kind of commitment, it builds something that nothing else can. Hello? Hello, I can hear. Hello? All right, I think I lost that. So the beautiful thing about commitment is that it builds something that nothing else can. It builds trust. It builds depth. When people look at it, they say you have depth. When people want to give you a project, they know that you can see it through. When people look at you, they know that when you start something, you are committed to it. The kind of confidence that only comes from knowing you stayed when it was hard and came out on the other side. Why do you think mothers can raise their shoulders when they give birth? That 9 months was not easy. But guess what? When they carry that baby, they feel a level of pride that, I saw it through. That is the kind of thing. Everything that God has given to you is a child, is a baby waiting to be born. And for every child that God has given to you, with that business idea, with that goal, with that dream, with that relationship, friendship, with that thing that you knew that if you had just put in a little bit of effort, it would have become better. That is us aborting the goals and the dreams and the babies that God has given to us. Let us try to stay committed and stay true to everything that we're doing. Let us try. As long as it's not dangerous, as long as you know you're in the right place, it is very, very important. So I want to acknowledge that I think it's something that a lot of us struggle with, right? And I struggle with it as well. Sometimes you're just like, oh, is running away from this thing, is it faster? Is it easier? But what do we achieve from running from it? A lot of people are not living things because they are careless or uncommitted in nature. They are living because they are tired. And yes, I know that. They're genuinely, deeply tired. And when you're exhausted, when you have been pouring out for a long time without enough coming back in, everything feels harder to sustain. Your relationship feels heavy. Your work feels pointless. Your goals feel so distant. And the idea of staying committed to that thing or to anything feels like one more thing being asked of a cup that is already empty. Because really, when your cup is empty, what can you pour? Nothing. And if this is where you are right now, you're feeling like you're exhausted, you're tired, genuinely, you've given your 100%, and you know that I've given it and I'm tired. I just want you to hear this. This is not a character flaw. This is a human experience, and it deserves to be taken seriously. Sometimes the most important act of commitment is committing to refilling yourself. A lot of us don't take time to refill ourselves. We don't take time to pour back into our cup. We're always pouring into other people, and then our cup is running on empty. And when your cup is running on empty, you can't even water yourself, talk less of other people. It's time for you to find a way to refill yourself so that you have something real to bring back to the things and the people that matter to you. I also want you to know that consistency is quiet, but it is the most powerful thing. We do not talk enough about the power of just showing up. To everyone who keeps showing up, even when you don't feel like it, I'm proud of you. You should be proud of yourself. You should be proud of yourself. There's a lot to say on this conversation, but time will not permit me. So I would just like to conclude by saying that, we are living in a time that makes living very easy. And sometimes, like I said, living is right. I will never take that away from you. If living is what is right for you, if living is what will give you your peace of mind, if living is the healthy thing for your safety, please live and don't even feel guilty about it, because only the living can complain, honestly. But I want to gently ask all of us, myself included, to pause before we go and ask the next question. Am I living because this is wrong for me? Or am I living because staying requires something of me? Because staying requires me to put in effort, and I don't want to give that effort. Because the life you really want, the relationships, the growth, the version of yourself that you're proud of, none of it is built in the living. It is built in the staying. It is built in the showing up. It is built in the quiet, consistent, unglamorous decision to be here again and again and again. You are worth the depth that commitment builds. You're worth it. And so are the things you choose to stay for. So I hope that you've learned one or two things from this, and you would really go back and ask yourself the honest question. Like I said, myself included, there's something waiting at the end. Okay? Think about that. Think about the joy you would get and you would give if you actually see that thing through. All right, it's a wrap. Thank you so much for joining. I'd like to say a very, 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 very big thank you to everyone who tried to call. I'm sorry about the network. Next week we go again. For all the love emojis and comments on Instagram, on YouTube, thank you so very much for being here. Thank you for showing up. I'm excited and grateful. All right, so once again, I'd like to say a very big thank you to my producer, Rose Yusuf Kaisa, my executive producer, Tom Okewale Shonaya, my executive assistant, Rosemary Bembasi, my personal assistant, Eniola. Join us again next week, Friday at 5 p.m. on Real Women Real Talk with Kiki Okewale. I'm Kiki Okewale. Make sure you enjoy your weekend. I am going to be leaving you with Ayo by Asha. Make sure you enjoy yourself. Make sure you take care of yourself this weekend. Stay safe, stay blessed, and stay happy. I remain yours, Kiki Okewale. Bye for now.